Hello, fellow book lovers. Danny here today to talk to you about John Maxwell's book, How to Influence People. Now, do not let the title of this book fool you. There are a lot of books out there. 32 tricks to influence people, selling tricks, books on little tricks and techniques to get people to do what you want to do. This is not a book like that. Not at all. I love this book. This is a book that instructs, inspires, and helps you to become a better person. Helps you to become a better father, a better friend, a better parent, in case any women are listening, sorry about that, a better friend, spouse, just to become the kind of person that other people want to influence you. Give an example. I am incredibly fortunate. I have who I consider to be the greatest father in the world. He is someone that I regularly go to for help and advice, even now at my age, almost 50. And it's not just me. My oldest son got married a short while ago, a little over a year ago, I believe. And the pastor who conducted the ceremony met my dad. And later he came to me after the ceremony asking me, hey, will you connect me to your father? I would love to use your father as a mentor, as someone I can bounce ideas off of. That's because my father has a lot of the characteristics in this book. What this book does is it doesn't give you tricks and techniques. What this book does is it gives you characteristics, things to imbibe and absorb and allow to become a part of you, so that you become the type of person like my father that other people want to influence them because you're a positive influence in their life. Now, I compare this to a friend of mine, and he is a really good friend of mine. And understand, we all, whether we want to or not, we all influence the people in our lives. Now, my friend, and I'm not going to say his name, but my friend influences me. But often, he influences me to resist his influence, and that is a form of influence. Whether you're influencing someone positively or you're influencing someone negatively, you're still influencing them, even if your only influence is to make them want to avoid you at times, even if your only influence is to make them want to resist your influence and the changes you're trying to make in their life, which is what this friend of mine does. We've been friends for years, and he's constantly trying to change me into someone I don't want to be. I have no desire whatsoever to make the changes. And it's not that they're changes that I believe are morally wrong. It's nothing like that at all. They are changes in my interests, changes in things that he wants me to become interested in, things that totally and completely bore the ever-loving tears out of me. But in his own words, he wants me to be a better conversationalist. So instead of finding subjects that we both care about and we can both talk about and converse about, he just spends a lot of time trying to influence me to change, to become the person he can enjoy a better conversation with. That is not caring about me. That is caring about his own needs and his own wants. That is not what a person of character and integrity, a person who cares about other people, does. That's not the kind of person you want influencing you. That's the complete opposite. And what this book does is this book lays out, hey, not just a person of influence, but a person of positive influence. A person people want to influence them has integrity, cares about other people, encourages other people, is a good listener. And it doesn't just tell you, hey, these are what it does. It breaks each of them down into the author's definition of the different components that actually make up that characteristic. And then he carries it further. After that, he has steps to help you identify. First, you have to identify, is this an area of strength or is this an area of weakness? Is this an area I need to focus on? Then he gives you steps to help turn that into an area of strength if it is an area of weakness, or to strengthen it even if it is an area of strength, because even our strengths can become stronger if we focus on them. Our weaknesses can become strengths, but we don't want our weaknesses to become strengths to the detriment of our strengths. We want to be able to work on them both together. The Narrator is an excellent choice for a narrator. This is one of those books that if you didn't have an excellent narrator, it could become very difficult to follow. Even though he gives a lot of examples and he has a lot of stories and things like that, it could still become very difficult to follow if you didn't have a good narrator. And he's got the choice for a narrator is an excellent choice, easy to listen to, easy to follow. I will add, anyone who knows anything about John Maxwell, he is a retired pastor. He is a very strong Christian. And he's not afraid to bring out spirituality and spiritual components in his books. So when you listen to these books, there will be strong spiritual components to them. They don't try to convert you to Christianity, so it's not an evangelical convert you kind of a book, but it does let you see inside of who he is, what he believes, and the positive influence that it has had on him. And whether you're a believer or you're not a believer, I believe anyone can benefit from learning about the positive influences of someone else's spiritual beliefs. So don't let that scare you off, but be prepared for it. This book will definitely be on my list of highly recommended books. Could not recommend it more. It is a wonderful book. I've listened to it more than once. This last influence, it actually got me excited. I've mentioned in a previous review, there's problems with a family member whom I won't go into details about the problems, but it made me realize that maybe I need to approach it a little differently and help me figure out a different approach to it so that hopefully we can it was the chapter on listening, so you know which chapter it was. Maybe there's things that I can do to try to do a better job of listening to this person and trying to see their side of it. Any and all feedback, please send my way. I love getting feedback from people. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channels, and I hope that you all have a very wonderful day. Thank you.